here we go. Good Lord. Let's turn that on. That on. I don't like that that's getting cut off. Why is that getting cut off? Why is this getting cut off? Sorry. It's gonna bug the piss out of me. It's like, okay, so how's this text? How's this text different than this? It's all literally the same. How's this different? How's this different? It's not different. It's how is this different? 50. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. What's up, E-Man? Nobody's streaming today. Well, not today. Tonight. And I'm getting tired of this grind, so I want it done. Yeah, I was watching Dunnels, and then Dunnels ended his 5 hour before I could even get home. About to just start blasting. I think I'm starting to get to a point where I have too many level 2s. And I'm just gonna have to start shooting my level 2s. I'm starting to go to too many places and there's only level 2 females. And I didn't extremely herd manage the rest of the map, so I have too many smalls. That's gonna bug me so much that freaking fox text is not the same as the boar. Where do we think? Let's go. Okay, so we went top, shot, bottom. Let's go. I'll say though, boar on this map seems to be kind of insane. Like 0 herd management, a third of the kills, and I'm consistently getting diamonds. I know this is a tough grind, dude, to do on stream. Okay, so that was 2 male fox so far. Let's go. I'm just getting too many level 2s. There's a big male here, so I'm with a... Twos and threes, man. Alright, I'll go over here then. Can you hear the game? I usually turn down the game quite low because the Boar I'm still using four-wheelers. Why did I put this? I think I shot a Boar with it. Let's go back to the 257. Nice. What kind of dog you got? French Bulldog? Oh my god, don't say that to my wife. My wife would not shut up about... I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure my wife, that's the one that my wife was really wanting, but I just know that it's so hard to find a good one that's not gonna have like insane health issues. Like those type of dogs can be extremely like a money pit with medical bills and all kinds of crap. Maybe it wasn't a French Bully, maybe it was I can't remember. I thought it was a Bulldog. We almost rescued an old couple, but they were like, they came with like $180 worth of medicine a month. I was just like, I can't. I can't do that. That's just insane. It's like 180 just on medicine, not counting feed and And we got spoiled dogs. Wife makes dog. We do like not so good dry. Like, it's not terrible, but all dry food is not the best. So we do some dry just to save some money, and then my wife makes homemade dog food, and we basically just make homemade dog food toppers. So she'll put the dry down and then mix in bone broth from our chickens and some dog food, and like mix it up so it's like the dry dog food is basically a filler, but they get all the nutrients and stuff from the homemade bone broth and homemade dog food. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, we got very fortunate. We have 2 rescues, and they're absolute angels. One's still a puppy, so he doesn't listen worth a shit, but he's still a good dog. A 4 and a 2 female. I just don't know where the males are. I better go to the big lake and see like 40 males. Or I just have... It's either that or we don't know it yet, but they can possibly jump down here maybe. And I'm just losing some males. Cause like, I'll say this fox grind, I thought I had it down pat, but it seems like every 800 to 1,000 kills, the entire grind just like flips. Everything will be going super smooth. Everything's respawning in the same spot. Then out of nowhere, for like a little bit, I just can't find anything. Our 2 dogs are mutts. I think they're more of like a boxer lab pointer mix. They both have super soft like bite. Like, it's kind of hard to get them to play tug of war. Like, it's like if they have a toy and I touch it, they're like, "Oh, well, it's yours now." They kind of give up quite easy. Well, there is a bunch of males here. Oh, that's good. We have like a privatized like rescue company here. Okay, there's some decents here. Still only 7s. I haven't seen a 9 in a couple days. And I'm grinding this so hard too. 167. $185. 38. Surprisingly, there was none here. 160. Now, if you're still watching, when I pull up the scope, can you see anything? Because that's one thing that I think I might be messing up. Because I can see perfect. Like, even without, like, I can see that fox plain as day on my screen, but I also have an OLED, so I don't know if I can see more than what other people can see. If that's the case, then I might need I might need to brighten up the screen. Put your head back down. $150. Just almost 200. Yeah, okay. That sucks. So I know this, I know the Argus so well, but I'm when I'm streaming, I might just have to get used to this night vision scope. That sucks. Cause oh, you're good. I just don't know of course, the Argus has way more control of C. Like, if I had the Argus, I would have. Yeah, but most likely people aren't going to like go mess with their brightness, so I gotta think about people. The more steps, 160. Oh yeah, it's like, I know first dot's 150-ish, second dot's like 185-ish, so one between that should be like 165. Okay. It's like this should now just be first dot, pretty much, or second dot. That's 85. Oh, that was high. Now I'm forgetting my calculations. Is it? I'm not gonna bring it up now, but I could have sworn it. Well, first dot was 150. Maybe second dot was like 190. Well, that I did. That kind of makes sense. That wasn't 185. That was 180. So if I go just short of the second dot, okay, that's perfect. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a bunny. Is there a fox? It's 160. So it should be like first dot and a little bit more. Nope. It's gonna get off. Yeah, this is the only bad part, and I've tried the feeders. I cannot wait to try Salzwiesen with the feeders or not feeders, Jesus. The scent tubes. I can't wait to use the scent tubes for fox on sows. But wow. I mean, pheasant on this map seems great too. I really want to try scent tubes. Well, I guess I don't think I'm using. I think I'm only using 10 for my pheasant. I could try to knock that down to. That would actually probably be great. Above it again. Okay, so it's like one dot above the dot. I kind of helped Tick on his last stream start setting up on pheasants, and the fact that the pheasants are also below this line and kind of in the boar range, and where they're feeding, or I can't remember what time it was, but I think it was like 6 in the evening or something. They were all out in the wide open fields. Unlike sows, where it's like sometimes they're eating right on the edge of the woods, so then you're shooting into the woods to try to get the freaking shot in time before they disappear. I think I hit him a second time. Pheasant on sows. I mean, it wasn't a crazy grind. I need to keep going because I feel like I've seen too many people have like a long grind and then a super short grind. I need to just take. I'm not gonna hold any more twos. I'm tired. I'm tired of this grind. I'm just gonna shoot everything on this lake, no matter what it is. But yeah, I'd like to try maybe. I think my new goal is to try to figure out how to do 2 separate grinds on all of the maps. Like this map, I basically get pissed off at fox, and I'm not using all the tents up here. I have this tent here to check this every now and then for a jumper, and then I can just run this because it's like 400 meters to check this from that outpost. So I can check these jumper lakes. I can check the bottom of this ocean with this, and then I can run this way to check the top. So then I was like, I have extra tents. Let's just settle on something else because I'm getting so annoyed with fox. Like, this has been my personal worst grind. So much so that I don't know if I'll ever do fox again. I'm already set up on them. No, it's not that too many zones. It's just like, I mean, I guess it's like their zones are pretty set. Like there's a zone here, there's a zone here, there's a zone underneath this thing, there's a zone here. There's sometimes a zone here. Like I know where their zones are on the lakes. But the fact that you have to kill like the male and the female so often, I don't know if I mess. I don't. I've tested like 17 different theories on Fox. So basically, when I first started, I just shot only males. I had all 16 tents set up beside every single zone up here. And I just blasted males. Only males for like 1,000 kills. And then I just started realizing like I'm still getting respawns, but they're probably only, like quite literally, they're probably only the solo males. So I feel like there's like 40 to 50, maybe 60 solo males. But for an entire map to have only that many males, and then you have to check every lake. Well, okay, so this is what I was trying to explain. I have some male solos here that are level 4 and 5. But for the rest of the entire area, I have almost 0 males. Because I shot only males for so long, that's this lake is only female. 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 There's some males right here. There might be 1 or 2 males here, but they're tiny. This was mostly females and a small male. I'm pretty sure this is all females and this is all females. So I don't know if I screwed up my map by only shooting males for so long. And then I started noticing that these lakes mostly always respawn where you killed them. So then I started shooting everything here. And I think all the males that I were shooting jumped to these females. That might be my issue. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I promise you, I don't have a single solo male that I haven't checked. I've went to these about 10 times. All these other lakes, I've went to them about 10 times. And I put a tent and a tripod, and I went there at the beginning of the drink time, and I sat there to the end of the drink time, staring at the zones that I know that are there. And consistently, I had everything show up multiple times, mostly only females, and mostly males that are 5, maybe a small 6. Nothing, basically in the rest of the map has nothing with an estimate above 9, I believe. It was either 9 or 10. Once it hit a certain estimate, I stopped shooting it, no matter what the level was. But I haven't seen a 9 in 100 plus kills, guaranteed. Okay, I think I missed one here, so... No, okay, I didn't miss one here. It must have been over here that I missed one. I don't know. I haven't seen a 9, and to be honest, I haven't seen an 8 either. For it feels like at least consistent 8s. I pray, because if Fox are really this hard to get a great one, I might only do one and done. Like forever. Just I don't know. I still might test Sal's with scent tubes. Because then at least I know in Sal's, like you put up... okay, so the problem with scent tubes here is I tried all 8 scent tubes only in this area. Because I know all my respawn. I know the respawns here because I've been doing their drink zones for so long. So I put like I think a scent tube here or scent tube here above this lake. I think one between the shoreline and this. So it was like right here, and then 2 at this lake. And the scent tubes were great for like 4 rotations, and then eventually it's like the respawns just don't respawn anywhere close to the scent tubes. So then you'll go multiple rotations with only 1 or 2 scent tubes. I've tried putting the scent tubes right beside the drink zones because I know where they drink. So if the scent tubes are supposed to attract like they're supposed to, if they walk close to them within 400 meters, they're supposed to be attracted to it. That's a male. I don't know. I just consistently I kept hitting a spot where it's like after a couple hundred, the scent tubes felt amazing at first, and then after a couple hundred kills, they just would not grab attention from fox anymore. And then it got to the point where it was like I was shooting like 10 fox, 10 pairs, maybe a day. Like they just would not respawn. And I have almost 7 million in in-game cash now. So I was spamming the time resets and spamming main menus, and I could not get. I think the feeders are broken. It seems this pressure kills them all. I had no pressure. I put tents, I put tripods everywhere. I tried scent tubes, and then I even tried what was it? I can't I can't remember what it was. Birds. I have birds here. Yeah, widgeon. I set up a tent and a tripod at this widgeon zone, Eurasian widgeon, and I used the air rifle. And if you use the air rifle on widgeon, it's the same as every other animal. They do not spook. So they would land right here to feed, and they would land on this bank, and I could kill all 12, like the whole, or whatever it is. It's either a group or 2 groups that forever, like, I probably shot 200 widgeon here. So I'd do a whole feeder rotation, and then I'd come here and I would delete an entire widgeon group with the air rifle because they wouldn't spook. So I could just pick them off one by one slowly. And then I'd go back to the scent tubes. There was never any more pressure than like this light gray at any of the tubes ever, and they never came back. I don't know why. And then I go to these boars, and technically with the boars, I can do 2 rotations. I can do two at every single feeder, and then their time changes. Usually I'm not this slow because I'm talking. Usually I'm already done 40 minutes ago picking up all my fox. And then I can get through all of these before 2100. And then at 2100, the boar changed to a second feed time. So then I can technically do 2 rotations of boar because they'll feed, and then their feed time changes to the next feed time, but then they get reattracted to the same barrel. So then I can shoot the same group twice before technically resetting the time. Which is insane. It might be the most broken boar feeder time ever. If you can shoot them at 20 before 2000 or 2100, and then get back to them at like 21 and a half, 22 o'clock. I got the hiccups, sorry. It is insane how many boar you can kill. That's why I've killed 1,000 boar or 1,100 boar. Because I've been able to hit 2, and then there's always I've been shooting the crap out of these badgers too. Because they just walk right underneath me. If you can't tell, the air rifle is one of the best guns in the game, in my opinion. Like, the amount of random things I've shot with the air rifle and not spooked any of the grinds is amazing. Oh, did I not hit that? What'd I hit? I shot. yeah. The air rifle just... Okay, it folds them, yes. But still, the badger... Okay, so I found a zone that had 2 5s. I did hit a vital. But see? I always shoot high on them. Second one was lucky. I always shoot high. For some reason. I found a zone with 2 5s and a 4. Folded all 3 of them. Checked the harvest zones. I spined them all. So I ruined 2 diamonds and a huge gold. All at the same zone with the air rifle. Yeah, I literally botched 2 diamonds and a gold from the same zone with the air. I need to release. I think I still have the recording. Yeah, don't shoot high. Badgers, you do not want to shoot high. At least with the air rifle. I've just been so cocky with fox because they're 3 times the size of a badger. So I'm like, I've been dropping fox for weeks. It's months at this point. I know I dropped at least one of those pigs. What the hell happened? Did I injure both with a 300? There's one. There's no way. Shot my Mela. Oh. You got a Mela badger? The 257 it might be the most broken gun in the game. The fact that you can kill a badger and a red deer ethically with the same thing is kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Like, is it, I've never heard of anybody in my entire... Wait, what was that? Was that not a male? Was that not a male, or was it 26? Or was it 26? Oh my god, it was... Wait, what? It was 26? That has to be a female, right? 26? Wow. That's... Yeah. I had that happen. I blasted an albino bunny. On this map. It was running those purple things right there on the screen. I just saw bunny fleeing 20 meters away. So then I look in that direction. Highlighted a bunny with the shotgun in my hand. Blasted. I didn't even see it. Just blasted through the purple flowers. Went over to go pick it up. Freaking albino bunny. Okay, so 3 and where's the other one right there? Let's Stand up. Oh yeah, I forgot. And then I know I have the recording, but I randomly looked at some hogs, and then a white woodcock came bobbing across the screen. I was like, what the heck? I didn't even know what it was. Oh, there's rares. Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't recording. I think I did add it to a video though, because I knew it was a rare, and I was pissed. I think I saw that it was a rare, so then I started recording, and I just recorded the pickup. So it's in a video, but still, it does suck. Like, and I didn't have highlights. That straw. Okay, so I try to use as least amount of plastics these days. So that straw is probably too loud for this mic. I got a mellow road deer. Hip shot, run gun, the buckshot. Hip, dude. That's almost like I keep trying to tell myself, like, if I was playing this game, how it's like imagined to be played. We are not playing. I'm not saying we, but most people are not playing this game how it was thought of being played. Like this whole, let's just grind this the same species for thousands and thousands of kills. I do believe this is the only male here. So if I ever see this get shot down to a 1, I'll never shoot it again. I'll move this feeder. Okay, I got it. What's up, Blaze? How you doing today, bud? Oh, just gritting my teeth through this fox grind. I set up a boar grind for this fox grind because I'm so over fox. Okay, so how many times have I went to? 1, 2, 3. So I switch to boar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set up a boar grind because I was so annoyed with these fox on this particular map. I did 3,000 fox on Emerald Coast and got so annoyed that I clicked new game and started completely over. And then after getting 5 great one whitetail, like 3 wolves, I thought, hey, let's do fox again. Put on Scotland because Scotland looked great. And now I'm like 7,000 fox deep, but only 3,300 males. Where's there's 2 males. Where's this male hiding? He's somewhere. Or I'm not getting respawns. Of course, when I'm streaming, I don't get respawns. So I'm done with... I'm mentally exhausted with fox. Whitetail seems to be my bread and butter. But I don't want to do... I don't want to do another big rack whitetail. Because I have 7... I believe I have 7 whitetail great ones. And 5 of them are big racks. And I feel like, for some reason, big racks are just my... I'm thinking if I get another great one... If I get this great one fox here, because I'm not going to give up this time. I'm too far into it to give up this time. I'm twice as far as I was. The first time I tried it. And now with the scent tubes, I hope scent tubes on Salzwiesen helps the fox. And I'll probably not go like any HM. I'll probably just put scent tubes on Sal's and just whatever shows up, I just, no matter what, shoot whatever is there. And see if that helps. But I also want a tar. And I need to get redemption on a moose. Because I failed the moose. It's like, should I shoot this one? Or it's like, dude, that's such a tiny one. I don't want to shoot that. I feel like if that's that's usually a 3. So if that's a 3 and it's now a 1, like, what the heck? There's got to be a 5. Yeah, okay, so what I will say, E-Man, is the pairs aren't fixed. If you shoot a male and you leave that male's female alive, but then you shoot a female somewhere else, that male will then jump to that female that you just killed. And they will become a pair. The male is not I'm so far into fox that I know for a fact that the male is not the defining factor of the male's respawn. If it's a male solo, it will forever respawn as its solo. But I know for sure that if you shoot a male and don't shoot that female, that you can make that male jump somewhere else. That's how I got so many males up at that one lake that I started at with the air rifle. Most of those were females once upon a time. And it was just a lake full of females, and I was annoyed, so I just started shooting them all. But at the same time, I was shooting every male. And then all of a sudden, all those females at that lake got males with them. And then I ended up getting 50, 60 total fox at that one lake. That's why when I go to some lakes, it's just female-only lakes. Because I stole their males. And I went back and tried to shoot those females to see if they'd take the males back. And they didn't. They stayed female only. What? I wish this game had a better swatting feature. Oh, I saw it there for just a millisecond. What? Okay. gotta be joking me, right? That boar that I'm trying to stare at looks huge, but I can't spot it. Do I 300 it and just risk it for the biscuit? Ducks. Ducks are the biggest issue for me as far as pair spawning goes with the whole flock. I think I know what you mean. So you're talking about like how you have to kill the entire flock to get any respawns whatsoever. Okay, so I've tested that too. I haven't fully done it, but on this map particularly, since I've been sitting in some of these stands for so long waiting on fox to walk into their zone, if there's a Eurasian widgeon that lands anywhere near these top 5 lakes, I've deleted them down to 1 female and left them. And some of these lakes have just 1 female that will fly in and land every now and then. So I'm wondering if you could HM ducks faster by just leaving 1 female alive and then HMing a certain area, if then it would... I haven't done it yet. Come on, let me highlight. That was a level 1? That was way too big for level 1. All of these are level 1s. What the... I need to stop doing this, though. Really? You don't have a single male because you only shot males? Now here's the thing. Okay, so if you've done that, if you have done that, I haven't done it to an entire map. I've just done it in the areas. What if you only shot those females from like 2 lakes, and then you just only then shot those 2 flocks, or 2 or 3 flocks? Like, would you just get massive males? Or is it still like they're just completely random? But now you're only shooting 2. Did I not click recover? That'd be kind of crazy. If you could delete every single... if you could delete every single flock down to 1 female, and then only respawned 1 flock or 2, and the air rifle, that'd be hard. Just controlling the flocks. Okay, so what I've noticed is you don't want to go to their decoy time. You want to call them in. You want to find them. You want to either call them in with the electric collar, or you want them to naturally get called in to where they're standing on the banks, not floating, not in the water. And if you shoot them with the air rifle, you can delete the entire flock without them fleeing. I have got fallow muley pheasant. Now, are you saying you have those grinds set up, or are you saying you've spawned those great ones? Oh, okay. Well, how many great ones do you have? Whoa. Yeah, how many great ones do you have, and then do you have all of those great ones? Only have 1 great one, and it's a fallow. Now, have you went back to fallow? Wow, this is a 4. This is I know for a fact this is the only male here. Nah, you're good, dude. Go to bed. Dude, you mod enough. everybody else is not streaming, don't feel like you need to be. Wait, why was I at 75? 6.6k into which one? Or like into your second fallow? Cause fallow, okay. I did fallow and it took me like, I think it was like 2200 for the first. And then I did one singular rotation, and it was another great one was on the same lake. The next rotation, it was like 32 or 36 kills. Yeah, it was insane. It will never happen again, for sure. But I literally got 2 within like 36 total kills. I got the great one, finished the rotation, went to the next rotation. It was at the next rotation, same lake. But you know what that annoys me? Both of mine are, I believe, the golden. I'm pretty sure I got a golden spoon and a golden elk. So yes, I did get technically a, what the hell? There's usually like 34 here. Oh, I don't know if I could do it. I'm probably about that in total fox, but only 3,300 males. I I don't know if I could do this again. What am I doing? Typical mocha. That's nice. What is going on? I mean, I am quite far into this grind, so I don't know if boars start getting funky if a great one's trying to spawn. But I don't think I've ever come here in 1,100 kills. I don't think I've ever come here in 1,100 kills and there not been boar here. Let's go 2 minute backwards. Go set a whole day. Where the fuck are these boar? This is literally the first time. This was one of my most, because I think there's like 2 or 3 zones. Okay, let's try main menu. Walk halfway there and travel back. That's a thing now? Oh, there they are. Main menuing worked. Dude, if one spawned, I'm trying to carefully check them all. There's one level 3 male here. That's it? Okay, there's 2 level 3s. I haven't seen a 4 here. What is going on? I also don't know how the grind really goes. I've literally set these up. Walk halfway to it and go back to the same tent. And now I know the whole thing with the pheasants. If you see their tracks on the ground, but you don't see them, you can travel the same tent, and then they're there, but then flying already. I do remember that from my pheasant grind, but I've never I, I've never personally heard of the uh, walk halfway there and go back. That's interesting. How long have you been playing this game? Do you remember when you used to be able to set your tent up on a zone and they would be invisible and then you could walk like 200 meters away and then look behind you? You have to walk away. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Like walk out of render distance if you're 300, like if you're 300 away and they're rendered in, walk to 400 so they're not, and then go back. But do you remember when you used to be able to put your tents on, like you could go to 2 zones within 300 meters of each other, spawn into one, shoot one, go to the other, look back, shoot the other, no, walk away from tents toward, okay. Then they fixed that. Then they fixed that issue where they weren't visible anymore. I think when they fixed that, it changed. I think it changed grinds. I didn't start grinding until... Oh, okay. Okay, so there used to be a thing where, like, if you had 2 zones perfectly, like, 300 away, say these 2 zones right here, you could put a tent directly on top of this zone and shoot at this zone. And then go over here, pick up your kills, and then look back at this original, see them now spawned in, shoot them, then go back to that first tent and pick up your kills, and then keep doing that. So you could almost put a tent if you had good lakes. You can do that if you... Yeah, I guess... I see what you mean. They're spawned in, then you spook them, then they run off, then you shoot, then you main menu, you pick up main menu, and yeah. You used to not have to do that. And when they changed that, I feel like they're still invisible. Because there's been multiple times, not on the fox grind that I've noticed, but on my whitetail grind. I just naturally have some of my zones near whitetail, and I've been driving a ATV, and I've gotten hit. Like, I've taken damage from something. I need to learn how to play and talk. Yeah. I've had it where I've spawned in a tent, came out to a tripod, shot something, went to go get in the tent to go grab a thing, and I took damage, and then as soon as I took damage, I turned around and there's things fleeing. Just like, I feel like they fixed it, but I still think that there's a thing where I just main menued there, and I couldn't see the boar at this last zone. I feel like they were still there, but they were invisible. And main menuing then made them visible. The only thing I'd have to do is stare at this percentage, though, and see if the bait changed while they were invisible. And see if it actually went down to 72. That'd be like the only way I could prove it, but okay, so I went top, shot bottom last time, so I'll go bottom of these like shoot tops. I know it's late as shit, but thanks for hanging out. What's your favorite grind so far? You said that you're at one fallow and you've set up on a bunch. Setting up is the hardest part. Okay, that's another question. How are you set up on all those grinds but you don't have a great one? That's a lot of money. I have a picture of a duck inside of a hunting structure that's insane. To have that amount of money to set up all those grinds and not have great ones, that is quite insane. Oh, there was a free ammo? Oh, are you talking about the... Wait, what the... Like this? Like, what the... It did not say that there was anything fleeing. And then I walk 50 meters forward from the tent, and then all of a sudden there's a fleeing fox behind me? Yeah, I know what you mean. Dude, I'll tell you this. I used the free version of the 247 when I first got this map because fox pay insane amounts of money for what they are. They pay insane. This is 100. Got it a second time. Where's the female? Oh. Yeah. Dude, the fox is so easy to take with the 243. If I wasn't a fucking weirdo and I needed to take all of my first great ones with a bow, then I would take the fox with the 243 free bullets. Because I think that's just like kind of iconic. If I ever get a second fox, first one's with a bow, because I've shot a bow at every single first great one ever so far, so I might as well continue the tradition. Second, I'll probably take with the 243 with the free bullets. Third, then I'll let people decide. And I don't know. I should know, but I don't know how many I have total. I want to say it's like under 20, but above 15. I have 7 whitetail. I know that. Go back to fox, male. I have 7 whitetail. I have 3 mule deer. I have 4 or 5 wolves. 1 bear. 1 moose that I botched, so technically it's not a great one, but it's still a fabled fur that's hanging in my lodge. I just stomach shot it with a bow. I would. What do you want to spawn next? Because I can tell you, if depending on what you want to spawn next, if I have good luck with it. moose party set up. is that like some technique with moose? Partly set up. Okay. So my moose is kind of insane. I did medved, and I'll never do medved ever again. I don't think. At least moose. Damn it. That was 300. Yeah, you can have the moose luck. So I did moose for like a month. I got to, I think, like 1,300 moose. And moose are just hard to take down. So like consistently you're heart shotting the first one and he takes a couple steps forward, but then you like single lung the second one and he runs 100 meters. Or you liver him and he's 250, 300 meters away. So like moose felt terrible. Like hardly ever was I excited to shoot moose that day because they're just so hard to kill. Like we need a huge caliber. I feel like we need a bigger bullet than the 375. At least that you can shoot two. Like I know there's bigger ones, but you can't shoot them back to back. I tried the 300. I tried the 300 to 50. Yeah. Give us a 50 cal. Give us something that we can take moose down easier with, so that we can double lung some moose. Because I feel like moose in real life aren't that. I mean, I don't know. I've never shot a moose, but I've seen people take down moose with arrows, and they did not run 300 yards away from a vital shot. So either make the bullets that we currently have a little more effective against the moose, or give us a bigger thing to take down the moose. I feel like a moose. I've heard people that are like meat only hunters. I've heard of them just dropping moose with 223s, just straight to the dome. Like if you're just talking about you just need meat to survive, like just brain tapping that thing with a 223 in real life. And I know this game, you shoot them in the skull, and it's like, oh, you missed a brain, so they're just gonna live. It's like, dude, if you put a 223 in a thing's skull, it's dead. It's not gonna run. It's gonna drop immediately. Yeah. That's how some of my family hunts. Like only. Somebody in my family has, like, I think she said like 17 or 18 headshots because she doesn't want to run any meat. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. I still haven't shot one personally. This was my first year sitting in the stand. And I only had a buck tag. And only twice did I see a buck. One was a spike. I didn't want to shoot a spike, so I let it go. Somebody else shot it. I watched it walk away and heard gunshots in the exact direction, so I know that thing didn't live. I could have shot it. It did die. It just wasn't by me. But I didn't want to shoot a spike as my first. See, my dad was always a fisherman. So I just grew up fishing my whole life. Like, my dad explained it to me that his dad didn't want the meat and he didn't want to cook it. Well, he didn't want to. Ooh, I haven't seen an 8 in a while. My dad's dad didn't want to process the meat, and my dad was not a person that wanted to pay somebody to process his meat. If he was going to take the animal, he wants to do it. He wanted to process it himself and do everything himself, and use every ounce of like the fur. My dad's just a person that's like, if he's gonna kill something, he wants to use every single fur, bone, meat, everything. And his dad didn't want to teach him that. He didn't like it. And then my dad tried to do it himself and gut shot a deer, and he said he like was gagging, throwing up the whole time trying to figure it out because there was just that bile everywhere, which I know you don't want to hit. But my dad didn't know that, and he hit guts. So then he just, yeah. So his first experience with a deer was just like throwing up beside the deer, trying to process it himself, but not having anybody to teach him. And he was like, I'm never going to do that again. So then he just never did. He was like, if I can't do it, then I'm not going to. If I can't do it myself, I'm not going to do it. So then he just started fishing because he knew how to process fish. So I just always grew up with only going fishing with him, which I loved. I love trout fishing. That's the only thing I do these days is I tie my own flies, and I strap my youngest kid to my back, and I go fly fishing for trout. But I've always wanted to go deer hunting. I just never had anybody go with it. And I took the same thing from my dad. If I kill it, I want to process it. I want to cut it up. I want to do everything myself. If I took its life, I want to be able to use it. I want to be able to do everything. I did take that from my dad. And this year, I finally found somebody that is willing to teach me and go with me. But the problem is I only bought a buck tag, and I had like four does within like so many yards of me multiple times. I saw the same doe like 3 times, same exact doe. But I wasn't going to shoot a doe because I didn't have a doe tag. And then I saw 2 bucks. One was a button, and one was past 2. It was too dark. I could see it personally with my own naked eye, but as soon as I pulled up my scope, I couldn't see it in the scope ethically. If I would have pulled the trigger, I would have been pulling the trigger at pure luck. I don't know, and I didn't want to gut shot it. So since I couldn't see for an ethical shot, I didn't take the shot. So I got skunked this year. How was that too high? But I do have somebody now that is like, if you drop a deer, call me. I'll show up. And I'll talk you through the entire process. Make sure that everything's good. So I'm going to do it next year. I wonder what your... I don't have the best scope. Okay. I almost shot wrong because I'm thinking the wrong scope. $150. He's ignoring me? Who's ignoring you? Did you message me? I don't have Discord open. I don't need any more distractions. Bass Pro Band. I wonder what your scope is though, cuz it's like, from what I know, like the bigger the scope is on the opposite end that you look through, the clearer it is, the darker it is. Like it needs less light to be able to be seen through. The actual physical bigger end. Oh, that didn't send. I said, "Ooh, Fox." No, you did not say that. He's ignoring me was your first message. I promise. I wish it wasn't, but we're still here. Oh, that was right in the face. And he's going to run for 150 meters now. Yeah, I've seen through scopes at nighttime that have a bigger... I think it's like... You have your zooms, like you have your 3x8, and then you have your millimeter, which is, I believe, the width of the scope at the barrel end, towards the front of the gun. And the bigger that part of the scope is, I believe, the less light you need. Yeah, the power. Oh, that was too high. Come on. Mine's not that big of a power. I can't even remember. I know it's a cheap scope. Wow, come on. But if I don't kill these females, I feel like I won't get respawns. That was like 150 perfect. Why is that hitting low? Okay, whatever. This is why I like the air rifle. Sit here and I can drop 20-something Fox. That was in the face too. I probably hit him in the chin, which he'll probably run forever. I think mine is like a... I think it's like a 3x8. Which is plenty, because I'm in West Virginia, and I'm not shooting 300 meters, or 300 yards. Like... A 3x8 where I live, it's so brushy, there's so much crap, I'm maybe shooting 150 yards. Maybe. before it's just too dense to be shooting. Maybe it is a 3x9. It's somewhere in that. It's not crazy powerful. I know that. Yeah, I'm hunting on private property where it's very hilly, so yeah, I'm not shooting across cow pastures and stuff and like food plots. It's mostly hills and brush and trees. I think there was 2 bucks killed from the exact area that I was hunting, which were the very first days. So if I could have hunted on the very first day, I could have also probably dropped a buck, but unfortunately I just could not. I was more of like the second week of rifle, and there's no bucks showed up. They showed up on all the trail cams after dark, but there was never a time to shoot, and it wasn't even just me. Like once those 2 bucks were dropped, nobody else dropped a single other buck on the land, at least, that I was hunting. So if I could have been there maybe with them on the first day, could have. That also has a lot to do with it. And then the third buck that would have been killed was a button buck, and I didn't want it. Nice. I unfortunately don't have like the older generation that hunts or has land that is huntable. But this year I did get a chance to at least hunt private land, so I'll take it. Which means I'll get that chance again next year. I have some photos. Since I didn't drop anything, I didn't make a video of it. Like, I don't think anybody wants to watch a video of me sitting in a tree stand doing nothing. So I didn't do anything with it, but on Discord, yeah. I do. But unfortunately I built it like, this isn't my first attempt at streaming, and I built it. What the hell? I built a Discord before on another chance of streaming, and it grew, and it's still quite decent, but it's also boosted. So since I've now starting to get back into streaming, I don't want to like I need to make a new Discord. It's like the first time I started streaming, it was me and a couple of people that were streaming together, and we made a Discord, and it got boosted. And then we all stopped streaming, and now it's just basically friends. And then since we're all friends, we are all boosting it to like get a lot of the features that we want. And then I don't want to start streaming again, and so I need to make a second one. But if you're in Tick Tacticals or Choppers, I'm in there and you can at me. Male, female, 2, 3, 3 males. Yeah, you can. I'm in Choppers. 1, 2, 3. That's just a level 3, of course. Are you tracking blood, or are you just standing beside the water? Oh, you're good. If I do keep streaming, I'll probably will do another Discord, but I'm in so many other people's Discord right now. At least that do Call of Wild content, so maybe people like joining multiples. I'm a kind of a person where, like, if I don't post anything in it for a month, I'll just leave it. Because, like, it's just another thing sending me notifications that I don't really care about. I try to minimize my notifications per day. So I'm probably not most people. But if I keep doing this and people keep asking, then I'll probably create a second one. I'll just probably duplicate my first one and then rename it. Because I have hundreds of hours of building my first Discord with all the music bots and roles and permissions and categories and all that crap. Like, my other Discord is perfect, so I know I can just duplicate it. Yeah, same at this point. I don't know what it was, but like, Discord first came out and it was like everybody was just joining the same server. And then it's like after the pandemic, it seemed like everybody was like, I'm going to create my own. And then everybody wanted everybody in their own. So then it went from everybody being in one Discord to then now 20 people wanting to have their own server and wanting all the other people to be in that server. Discord's starting to become too much. I'm not doing a online right now because as you can see, I'm 3,000 in the Fox. And if it spawned and somebody else got it, I'd be quite pissed that I just killed 3,000 males for somebody else to get it. But I am not against toasting at some point, just not at this exact moment. Once I have one of each, I'll probably do a bunch of one of each great one at least. I'll probably start doing a lot of I'll just host and just if somebody has something, then they can say it out, and I'll come and see what they have, and then watch them shoot it, and then if anybody comes near them, just kick them. And it's just be like one of those mutual respects. Like if you're in the server, like I'm not gonna steal if you found it, you get it. I haven't set up a great one, Savannah. Is there a great one on that map? I don't. Yeah, I was about to say. Well, I don't even care. Like, my ski has nothing on it right now. I got 3 muleys on it, and then I tore everything down and pushed new game. And I don't care to do it. I got 2 corkscrews or 1 corkscrew and 2 velvets, which don't even score diamonds. Or no, I got 4. I did get a 4th because I was pissed. 3 of my first muleys didn't even score diamond. My muley great ones. So annoying. Like a great one, like I understand it's cool that it's those smaller, like unique racks, but like, dude, come on. My first 3 great ones don't even score diamond. Yeah, I wouldn't normally, but if I'm going to stream, I think, you know, there does seem to be the audience that wants to play on. Is that, dude? These rares of this, I've failed like 3 rares just by blasting them with the 300. Is that dark? Or is that just dark brown? I'll shoot with the 257 just in case. $270. Wow. Did you do a second one? Oh, 274. I see what you mean. Score. Yeah. The 30-06. Yeah. I mean, that's diamond. I just couldn't believe, like, I think the 2 racks that don't score diamond, I got 3 of them back to back. And then my whitetail, out of the 7, I have 5 big racks. So it's like, I want, like, it's a great one. I want a super huge, impressive. It was a dark brown. It's like I'm scared. Does Boar even have melanistic? I know it has albino. I know it has black gold. Is there a melanistic pig? Or is black gold their black one? Why are you fleeing? Why aren't you down here at the feeder? Yeah, so if there's a melanistic pig, I'm not going to see this thing. And if there is a male here, it must be hiding in this. Let's shoot. See if these go run. Oh, nope. That was a female. Female. Not a single male. Something's going on. Either I have a jumper that is just absolutely huge, or I don't. This is my first pig grind, so I don't know if there's any signs. I know whitetail have a sign. I know red deer have a sign. I don't have a red deer, but I've watched enough people grind them that I know if you consistently get a bunch of 8s back to back to back to back, then it's like a telltale sign that a great one's trying to spawn. But there's 2 4s, a 3. It's like I feel like some of these male pigs, they don't stay with the same females. They kind of just jump wherever the hell they want to be. Yeah, that I have a couple of those purple ones. And I've botched a couple of them too because they don't look purple whatsoever. I think I shot behind that one. No, I hit it. I'll take it. Consistent, always consistently there. I think I kind of remember that with fallow. Like it was a kind of a struggle, and then all of a sudden it just became a super smooth grind, and then I had 2 great ones. And then I never went back to them. I like pushing new game every now and then. But I told myself this time I'm not pushing new game until I at least have 1 of each. I like pushing new game. I have every DLC, and with this grind alone, like I have almost 7 million. What's I just start getting to the point where it's mentally like I have so much money. I have every grind set up that I wanted. Like, what is there? What else is there to do? I 100%ed the game. That was my goal last year. I 100%ed every single achievement in the game. All the ones that I really, really want, I've already done. The only ones I have left is the fox, the boar, the tar. I think that's it. I think those are my last 3. And I think that's why I'm losing motivation so fast on them. Like, I don't really, really care. You've got like 50K. $50K kills? Oh. Like, wait. Does that look lighter? I don't know. Wrong gun. You only have 50K. I thought you said you had a shit ton of money. Are you on console? Cause I've tried controller, and I know exactly what you mean. Oh, that makes 100% sense. I've tried controller. And I'm a controller player. I'm a Call of Duty person. I've played every single Call of Duty that has ever existed except for Black Ops 7. I've mostly got every single game's Master Prestige camo for all the weapons. I'm a camo grinder. I love controller. Playing this game on controller, can't do it. It is infuriating. I feel like the game does not do what I want it to do. Yeah, they do have the weird, like, I'm gonna dead sprint to stop, to pause, to get stuck in water, to then... I got badgers sprinting to my left. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Props to you. Got 50k kills with a controller. That's impressive. What am I at? I push new game. I push new game when a ski ridge came out. So I've had 18,000 kills since a ski came out. Almost a little over a year. Yeah, so under a year. I hit 3 mule deer on a ski because I had money. I had the money. I bought the 16 tents. I bought the 8 tripods or 16 tripods. I can't remember. And the day that it came out, I set up on muleys. Got three or 4 muley great ones, and then clicked new game. Because at the time I was like, I got all the great ones that I want. I have all this money. I don't know what else to do. So then I pushed new game, and then I haven't went back to ski. I think my ski's still pretty fresh. Yeah. I think my first muley was the longest, and it was like just under 2K. And then I got 3 back-to-back pretty fast within like 500-600 kills. There's only one male here. I know that for a fact. And then as soon as I got that, I pushed new game. I started doing missions. I got to level 60, and then I was like 77% done with the Steam achievements. And I was like, I might as well just start trying to 100% the game. And then I grinded all my remaining achievements, got to 100%. My last 2 achievements were the albino deer and the albino wolf. So for the albino deer, I did 5 great ones on Leighton Lakes for the whitetail, and got 5 great one whitetail before I got a single albino whitetail respawn. And then then my very last one was the albino wolf. I went on Yukon, set up on Yukon, and then I believe I did 4 great one wolves before I got a single albino wolf. There's the 3. So it's like when I don't want a great one to spawn, it spawns fast. But now that I want this one fox to spawn, I can't get it. If I just wanted the albino fox, I would have already had 4 great one fox. But because I want the great one fox, I now have 14 rares, which I think I have 3 melas, 3 albinos, and the rest piebalds. I believe I have every variation of rares. But can't get. But that also, I think females have a higher chance. I feel like females have a higher chance to become rares than males. Could just be placebo, but I feel like they do. I only shot 1. So there's quite a few. So let's go boar. I feel like I had quite a few missing, so let's only do 9. I am going to main menu, reset the time, use the bathroom, and I'll BRB. Let's do this. I know this. You'll probably have to leave because I know you're tired, but I'll try to be back as fast as possible. Alright, I'm back. 1 fallow, 1 red deer, a beaver got within 20 minutes of husky. Nice. Like 1 diamond? All albinos. Okay. Damn, you got an albino beaver? I like exclusively shot just beavers for a couple weeks, and I don't have a diamond or rares. I don't think. Actually, I should just know this. I'm just gonna go to the lodge and look. Hopefully. Does this still do this stupid ass like ear piercing bull crap? And my game crashed. Wow, the lodge crashed my game. What a cool feature. How fun. I love that you have to join a map to then go to a lodge. So now I still can't go to a lodge. I'm going to have to join a map first. Like, why the fuck isn't it in the main menu? I don't. like I feel like the lodges are so far back on their totem pole of shit to do. Like, I know they just did that update, but I feel like it was just for milking their players. Oh, I think I just got a screenshot of this. That's why that's there. Golden spoon, and then the... Yeah, they should have been free. I don't want that. I bought it because I'm a fucking weirdo and I like supporting this company that probably shouldn't deserve it. Wait, why is my moose gone? Okay, so my thoughts. My thoughts were, for this game, like they did this lodge. It's the Leighton Lodge, right? It's somewhere on the Leighton map. Why the hell do they not have this type of lodge for every single map? Where it's like, okay, so this is Leighton and Hirschfeld and animals. Why doesn't Verhonga have its own lodge that's free with the map? Then you could put all your Verhonga trophies in it. And then another one, like, why wouldn't there be a lodge for every single map that comes free with the map where you can display that map's trophies? That's my best road deer because I haven't shot very many road deer, but I did find a rare. A golden bunny, that's my best. That's hilarious. Diamond whitetail. I think I've got this. I think I found this. Is that on Reventlow Coast? It's white-tailed. Dude, I've actually thought about trying to maybe develop a hunting game of myself. Whitetail is only on Leighton. I mean, I have been on Leighton so much trying to get that whitetail that I just can't remember where I shot this thing. Maybe I did. Maybe I did play it, run around so much chasing whitetail that I just found a diamond. And then that's the best blacktail I could find. Or no, not the best, but. And then I found this weirdo. That's cool. Like, I wish whitetail came like this. Or, like, imagine if whitetail could have a broken one. Like, imagine if you could get a whitetail with a broken antler and it still somehow score diamond. Like, that would be sick. How you doing, Trout? But I found a piebald, so I'll put that up there. I don't even know if that's big. 413. It's my biggest. And then look. Big rack whitetail. My nemesis. Yeah, I was about to say, it's early as shit for you. You're like Europe, right? Okay, let's see. Not that. That's my other one. So this is Drop Tine. This was the last one that I got on Leighton. I like that one, but I think maybe I put the other one at the nope. Here it is. Look at this bullshit. Big rack, big rack, big rack, big rack. Like, come on. Can I please get a different whitetail, please? these three were back to back. That's why I put them in the huddle. I had all three of these back to back. I think this is just my smallest one, so I'll put it up here. Dude, I'll give you. Do you want one? Like, if I spawn another one. Oh, you're on. Never mind. I can't. You're not on PC. Or else I would. Piebald. That's. I hate that they made piebald mallards uncommon. Pino pig that I think that might be the. No, that was just random. Here's my G1 bear. Good old chestnut. I would 100% give away. And then I thought this was badass. This came from my fox grind, but I found a melanistic coyote. It came running past one of my whitetail zones when I was set up on whitetail. This might be one of my rarest ones. This might be one of my rarest trophies. Because I have not seen very many rare coyotes posted. Just some random turkey. And then I see that this shows up as a super rare, but I don't count it as a super rare. Because I don't know if this was a rare when I killed it. Or has it always been a rare? And I just got completely insanely lucky. Because I think I killed this on Reventuli Coast. When Reventuli Coast came out. Or before a ski. I can't remember. I don't know about geese either. But I don't know if this was rare when I killed it. If so, that's insane. Because this was 100% on accident. I had no clue. It was just a diamond. So I taxed it. I think pheasant is supposed to be here. But I have my pheasant at the other lodge. But yeah. If I could invite you to... Actually, you know what I should do? Trophy manager. Where is my... I should put my moose back in here. It's gray wolves. Moose was like my... third great one. It was before Muley, Black Bear. Before that, Fallow. It was after. Maybe not. It might have been before. It's not going to show up. Oh shit, is that it? That is it. Retrieve. Ah, so fucking sick. Actually, can you take it down? Remove. This is my favorite great one in the entire game. Fuck, I keep scrolling to look for the great one thing, but I know it doesn't. This is my favorite great one of all time. Dude, the moose in this game. Like, what the f... This thing is gorgeous. Got these insane blue eyes. Like, If you're thinking of a great one in Call of the Wild, like that is a great one. That's the greatest one of all great ones. Yeah, they are 1,000% the best. You have great one furs and great one racks mixed together at the most perfect balance, I think. Like, imagine if they. I know it's impossible, but I think this is impossible IRL, right? So why don't they add, like, imagine whitetail with crazy furs? Like, I'm pretty sure it's impossible for for a moose to have this type of fur IRL. So make whitetail crazy, but this is my favorite for sure. But I will say, the fox have some pretty gorgeous, great ones too. I had an albino whitetail that hung out in the property behind my high school when I was in high school. I saw it every day for like a year and a half straight. But I'm pretty sure somebody from that school shot it. Yeah, it stayed in the fields close to my high school for about a year. I'm pretty sure I went bottom, shot top. I'll go top, shoot bottom this time. But I have seen albino in real life. I've never seen a piebald ever in real life. I didn't even know that was a thing until playing this game. To be honest, I thought the whitetail was fake when I saw it in real life. I was like, "There's no way that bright ass white thing. It's just natural." Like, what a disadvantage. Yeah, like that's what I thought. I was like, maybe maybe somebody has like special fed a herd of deer. But like, could you imagine trying to be an animal and blend in, and you're just naturally born to not blend in with shit? And you gotta try to survive. Like, what? What kind of bad luck does that deer have? And then it's only like a 1 in 4,000 deer? And then, like, to make a piebald, does it have to be an albino deer that messes with a regular deer to make it piebald? Or is it... Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a snow hare in a region where it's only partially snowy some parts of the year, and then the rest of the year they're just screwed. It's like do you trout fish at all? Where I live, we have the golden trout rush, but that's like modified fish. I know those aren't like, okay, so it's possible to have a golden trout IRL, like native. I know that there is a species of like trout that is the golden thing, but where I live, it's not native. It's pasture, or I don't even know how you stock tank raised or whatever, and then they release tens of thousands. Uh, I know that the Palomino is native, but where I live, they're just literally just called Goldens because they're just like tank. They don't last very long. Like they dump them in the creeks as like a. It's just like a thing that in my state we just do a gold rush every year, and then for 1 week they just dump tens of thousands of golden trout in all of our streams during the opening week of trout season. They just start dumping them everywhere. They're native there? What? No, we don't have native ones. We have hatchery only goldens, and they just dump them all out on the first week of trout fishing season. I think it's just a thing to like promote people to get out there and pay for hunting, fishing licenses. But they're 100% not native, and they don't last because they're stocked, so they don't live. Like they stick out like a sore thumb. But if you see them, it's like, what a shitty life as a fish. Like, I'm a trout fisherman, so I'm used to seeing native brook trout that blend in with the rocks so well that you do not know that there's a fish there until your fly lands near them, and then you see a flash. Why is that so black? If this is a melanistic mink. Oh. That thing was black. But I'm scared to shoot it because I don't have a 22 with me. But those golden trout stick out like a sore thumb. And I've always thought, like, God. Like, what a terrible roll of the dice. I couldn't imagine being a deer trying to last all year long. At least with the golden trout, you know, they're only really hyper-focused for a couple weeks, and then everybody stops fishing. I do most of my best fishing when it's not normal people's trout fishing time. I usually go 2 to 3 weeks after it's stocked, and I do so much better than people that go the week of stockings. Not even that. I'll go on a Sunday in the middle of the summer, and I'll catch more trout than I've ever caught the entire year. Just because it's like not a time that people are usually fishing. But I also barbless fly fish. So I'm 90% of the fish that I catch, I release. If I'm camping and I want to cook trout on the campfire that night, I'll keep the biggest 1 or 2 that I catch, which usually have to be pretty big for me to keep it. Just because an 8-inch trout isn't a meal for anybody, so I'm not going to keep it. So it's got to be a decent amount of meat. Every Wednesday? That's pretty crazy. No, I've got 3 kids, and I got too much shit to go fishing. I can't hardly do anything every Wednesday. I couldn't even I couldn't even relax every Wednesday anymore, let alone go fishing. I own my own business, so I'm my own boss, but at the same time, I don't have anybody to cover for me, so I work Monday through Friday every single day for the last 10 years without question. There's only been 2 days of work that I've missed in the last like 6 years. But then I was also military before that, and there's no days off in the military either. So it's been quite a long time that I've done anything during the week. Oh, there's another 8 at least. It's gonna stop. What did that hit? Also, I've noticed this rock right here sometimes is there, sometimes isn't. I've come here multiple times and this rock is just not there. I think I've actually have a recording of me staring at this spot, wondering what the hell was wrong with it, because that rock was not there for some reason. It's kind of sad that I've been here that much. Yeah, I know that there's like a test. I think it's called like a tessellation or something settings where like some of the smaller rocks won't show up, but a big ass rock like that. The only thing I could think of is I killed something and it died inside the rock, and then I looked away, and then it just kind of made it disappear or something so that I could collect the... I don't know. But I do have a recording of that rock not there, because I thought I was crazy. I mean, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to serve. And at the time, I grew up when 9/11 and all that shit, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Crazy story. My uncle... It's kind of crazy to even say this. What the fuck is my shot? My uncle and I are only a year and a half apart. So him and I, in age, we were 3 years in or 4 years, 3 years in school. I was a freshman in high school when he was a senior in high school. My uncle. So he said that he was thinking about joining, and then we were talking about it because I was a senior in high school. He was like 2 or 3 years into college, and he didn't want to go to college anymore. So he was talking about just joining the service, and I was just about to graduate, but I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And he finally just said, yeah, I'm going to join. Like, I don't want to graduate from college. This shit's boring. So I went through 1 year of college and then thought the same thing. And we were basically enlisting almost at the same time. He had a super bad injury that stopped him, but I still went in. And I don't regret it. I was Air Force. I was the Air Force. At least when I signed up, I was smart enough to use my brains to not be just somebody they send in to die, but I still wasn't going to stick around. So yeah, I was... How the fuck did that miss? It's 140. I don't like this scope. Yeah, you don't need to sign up to eat crayons. You can just eat them on your own. Yeah, it just was that. I also had a cousin that was almost EOD. And I know that shit's kind of insane. So I just knew what I didn't want to do enough to... Oh, come on. How did that miss? Still missed. Alright, well. Alright, I'm tired. I'm so sick of Fox. Like... About to start being like everybody else and just 300 and the crap out of them. But then I don't know where the respawns would go. But yeah, I don't regret it. I enjoyed the service. I never wanted to leave the States and ended up not spending more than like 2 months in the States. I did my training. I put in all my recommended stations for like East Coast, so I at least wasn't going to leave family. First station, Korea. Nowhere close to the United States. Second station, Germany. Once again, nowhere close to the United States. While I was in Germany, I was supposed to go to Iraq, but then we pulled out of Iraq, so then I got forwarded to Kuwait. I was on my flight. I was literally on the airplane already on my way to Iraq before the president pulled out of Iraq. So then instead of going back home, they were like, oh, we're just... What? Did I just shoot that other 8? Okay, there's another thing over here. I'm getting distracted. So then I went to Kuwait, and then in Kuwait was basically a transient base where everybody that was leaving Iraq needed somewhere to land to then come home. So then I helped basically reopen a closed down Kuwait base so that people had like somewhere to land in Kuwait so then they could go from Iraq to Kuwait and then Kuwait to wherever they were supposed to go. And then I did that for 7 or 8 months. Came back. And then was like, they were like, oh, you're finally going to go stateside, which I was going to be stationed in South Carolina. And then as soon as I pulled up to South Carolina, they asked for volunteers for Afghanistan, and I volunteered. and then ended up going to Afghanistan. But I was only supposed to be in the States for a year. So then while I was in Afghanistan, they asked if I could stay there for a little longer because something happened with somebody getting in trouble and they couldn't come replace me. So then I was like, I don't care, I'm already here. And then I basically stayed there for, instead of 6 months, I was there for 9 months. And then I came back to the States for a month to out-process. And then I went reserves, and then I just absolutely hated everybody in the reserves because I did the job every day for 5.5 years. So then to be told by people that did it part-time that I did it wrong. And I'm like, you guys have done it for a weekend, a month, for 3 years, and you're telling me that I did it wrong, and I did this same exact job every single day for almost 6 years, but I'm doing it wrong. And I just couldn't stand the part-time. Once I did it full-time, I couldn't mentally. It was nothing against them. Like, people that are in reserves and I can't remember, the guard in the reserves, people are in that, like, great. You know, you're still serving the country, but you're still a civilian too. And I think the mindset between active duty and reserves is just so insanely different that I just didn't mesh well. So then I just got completely out. And at the time, I didn't respect the way the service was going. I mean, now the military is not what it used to be, which is scary to think. Like, with how many people that we try to boss around in the world, it's kind of scary that our military is getting more passive and more, like, politically correct. Like, I understand political correctness. Like, if we meet at McDonald's, like, I should treat you like a human. Like, I don't care what you are. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care how you want to be in your personal life. I should respect you if we're on mutual ground. If you come into my house, then you got to follow my rules. If I come into your house, I'll follow your rules. But the military, in my opinion, is not a place for that. Like, the military's purpose is to protect its civilians and follow orders. And I don't. There's just too much political correctness that's happening nowadays that I just think we don't have the military. At least the general population of the military, we don't have the capabilities that we used to have. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's just, dude, it's, the military isn't like a corporate job. Like, I can understand if corporations want to have, like, their hiring demographic requirements. Like, I can understand that if you want to be in, help all people. But I just don't think the military, personally, is, like, the military is designed to be a weapon to protect its citizens and foreign allies. I just don't think it's scary. We're picking fights with too many people and creating too many enemies, in my opinion, these days. To have a weaker, politically correct service. So that was another reason why I left. Because I wasn't going to sign another 6 years to some bull crap that I was seeing. Yeah. Yeah. And I saw that in a lot of places. Like I said, I was in Korea, I was in Germany, Iraq, Kuwait, Afghanistan. It's just like 98% us and 2% everybody else. But I also don't. That was the other mythical. I don't think we should be the world's police either. If another place wants to have their problems, and in my opinion, it should be their problem. I just don't see the. I don't see the benefit to the American people, and for us to be controlling the whole Middle East. Like I know for a fact we wouldn't let anybody else come to our country and tell us how we can govern ourselves. So it's kind of crazy that we think that other people should allow us to do that. Like, no one can tell us what to do. I just think sometimes you start spreading yourself so thin that, like, now you're exposing, like, the civilian us. And then now also, like, I also 100% agree that if a woman wants to, if a woman wants to serve, she should 100% be able to serve. But I don't agree with being able to draft men and women, because then personally, my opinion is I don't think you should be able to delete anybody's complete bloodline. So, like, if I had a son and a daughter roughly around the same age and we went to war, I don't think you should be able to draft both my son and daughter for your war and just basically send my entire bloodline off to your war. If they both wanted to serve individually, then I think that's okay. But draft-wise, I don't think you should be able to take somebody's entire bloodline just because you want to take them and send them somewhere. Just my thought. If they signed up, then that's on them, you know, but the whole draft thing I didn't agree with. Not saying that they can't do it. I didn't like that change that they made, where now you can draft men and women, which would then open the gates to them saying, "Oh, you have a 18-year-old daughter and a 20-year-old son. Oh, we need both of them." And then now I could possibly lose everything because you thought another country shouldn't have something that you don't want them to have. And then now I can't retire because my retirement funds are completely depleted because the economy's trash. So then I gotta still keep working to pay for other countries' debts. It's like, it just seems like it's, I don't know. Might be pessimistic, but see, now that's a thing. Like, okay, so I personally know that technically, if a draft happens, it's possible that they could select you. But if you say you are the only child, there is things that do protect you technically. Now, if we're like really, really, really down and bad, you still might be screwed. But I do think that you and your family, I know personally because I had a family member pull that where he was the only kid. He even went into the service. He even wanted to be special forces, but then was able to change his mind after he actually learned like what the job was going to entail. Then he's like, I'm the only kid, and they were like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. Like, yeah, your survival rate of this job title is not very high, and we don't want an only child to be in that position. I do know the military at this point takes that into consideration. So, like, if you wanted to do something if you wanted to be a gunner, they'll put you there. But if they say, hey, I need you to be a gunner, and you say, I'm the only child, then they would be like, okay, well, we might be able to find something else for you to do then. But if you picked it, they're not gonna stop you. But if they try to force you, I know at this point you could try to get out of it. I do know I'm gonna have to get off soon. It's almost 3 a.m. Do this last couple pig zones, and I'm gonna have to head off. But it's been yeah, I don't know what I'd do. These days, I don't know what I'd do. I do know that shit's intense. Like, you're gonna lay in a field in your own piss and shit for a couple days during some of that some of your training. Because if you really are put in that position, like, sometimes you're gonna have to go in like a couple days ahead of schedule. And you're gonna have to just lay there. See, I do. Okay, so I know that I think drone pilots have like one of the worst PTSD suicide percentages in the service. Because you're flying that thing around with zero risk of you dying, and then you're told that you have to drop this missile or bomb or whatever at this exact location, and then a lot of the times that location could be wrong, and then you dropped it anyways. But I'm pretty sure the drone pilots are like, it's rough. Why the does that level 1 look so huge? It's a level 2 female beside a level 1 male, and that thing looks like, I feel like the models are backwards. Am I wrong? Like, why do these level 1s look gigantic? I feel like the males are just so weird. Like, proportionally to their size. Put that up, that keister. I hit that 3? I did. Yeah, I think that would be tough. That'd be tough. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to be flying around an unarmed aircraft, but it'd be tough to be told, hey, you gotta take out this car, and then you do, and then they're like, oh, he wasn't in there. And then you're like, well, who the did I just kill? And they're like, I don't know. And then you just gotta live with that. Like, you have no clue who the heck you just took out, because some officer somewhere told you that you had to drop it today, and then it was just a casualty. It's like, that's that. But then there's also the ones where it's like, I know we have some crazy capabilities of some, like, there's some missiles out there that are literally just swords. And if you tell them that they're in the back passenger seat, that missile lands exactly there, and only that person is taken out. I mean, the car's destroyed, but it's, some of our capabilities are kind of insane. But it would be tough to be the pilot that just, you know, drops something on an entire building, and you find out that the guy that you were after wasn't in that building. But who knows? That they might not even do that kind of stuff. It's crazy to think about the drone stuff these days. Have you did I go here? Have you seen the pictures of some of the Russian Ukraine cities where there's just fiber optic lines everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the pilot thing it'd be so insane. But that Ukraine like fiber optic drone stuff, that is insane. That there's like towns. It literally looks like Halloween in America where people are just getting TP'd. But there's just fiber optic lines everywhere. Oh yeah, there's the people laying in a ditch and they just have a grenade dropped on them and they just throw it and act like nothing happened. It's like, what the I've actually seen somebody do that. But we were beside a concrete barrier. I've actually seen somebody actually do that. It's complete lunatic. Yeah. Well, I'm saying like, have you seen the ones where they drop it but it doesn't detonate, and you just see them like grab it and throw it? Like, there's videos of people like watching the drone drop it on them, and they just don't move, and then it lands in the dirt beside them, and they just reach over and throw it away. Like, the luck. I don't know what our drop percentage is of failures, but I mean, to have something drop and not go off is... I don't know if the lottery's working in those countries, but I feel like if you watched one drop on you and it didn't go off, you should probably go play the lottery. At least go put everything on black. Oh my god, yeah. That's not even, to me, that's not even the gross stuff. When I was in the whole like beheading and burning stuff was like the stuff that, ugh. The burning of lives and the beheadings was the ones where I was just like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm gonna check my blacktail. Actually, no, I'm not. It's almost 3. I'll do blacktail tomorrow. I'll check blacktail tomorrow. Oh, I didn't even see this. What is this? Oh, I need to see this now. Is it actually bunnies? Harvest and you see, oh, predator. Wait, why didn't I get credit? Do I not see it right now? Foxes are considered predators, aren't they? Doesn't usually say how many you... I thought fox were considered predators. Now let's get rid of that. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure my daughter's gonna be slapping me in the face in like 4 hours too. My daughter is my alarm clock. I don't know how I got so lucky, but all three of my kids, for, for, for the last 10 years, I have not needed an alarm clock. They come straight to me, they wake me up, and they cuddle with me for a little bit. So that and that. You have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Tick is just waking up. Either that or your baby woke you up. Are you actually awake for work, or is your baby just waking you up? Dude, I'm still on these fucking Fox. It's insane. I wanted to see if I get credit. Okay, that was a harvest. It's not showing up. Maybe it doesn't show up until it's like. I thought it usually told you how many you did. I am not. Okay, still not dead. Whoops. That was not a main menu. That was an exit. Okay, well. We will just go to. We will just go to this. Dude, I only got 3 level 8s tonight. And a bunch of 5s. Like, even my respawns were tiny tonight. I haven't seen a level 9 like 2-3 days. I hope it's soon. Tomorrow is going to be a rough one. Maybe. I have my kids all day tomorrow, and then my cousin is going to have a little birthday party, so I'm taking my kids to his birthday party to let my kids play with him. But tomorrow night, then Saturday, my wife works, so I might be on this late tomorrow. But if not, I'll for sure probably be Saturday. Because I'm usually up this late Saturdays anyways, watching UFC and stuff, so. Yeah. I mean, I knew Fox was going to be a tough one. Nobody covers Fox. I think until I started Fox on Scotland, I don't think I saw very many people streaming Fox. Fox does not seem to be a streaming grind. I need to just rewrite this to oh wait, did I put chat? Why isn't chat showing up? Oh, chat is showing up. It's just not. There we go. Yeah, old man Rum. He does do the crew grinds, and I think they've gotten 2 foxes a crew. But dude, that's 8 people shooting like multiple lakes all at the same time, and it still takes them weeks. Besides Old Man Rum, I don't know the. And then Lady Legends did the Emerald Coast 2 lake method or whatever the hell she called it. I tried that. It did not work for me. I was going there 20 times and seeing 0 fox. Resetting times. I was spending more than I was ever making. Yeah, I saw that. I think he's probably trying to do fox because he saw a couple other creators with their no G1 proof 5 lake method. I think it's funny that people were trying to show off this method of how to spawn a great one without spawning the great one. I'll never I will never make a grind trying to say this is how you get a great one without showing a great one. So I won't do a fox grind guide for sure. And I definitely won't do one for Scotland because I don't want somebody else to shoot 7,000 fox and still not have one. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna delete this setup. I'm gonna pick up all these tents and stuff, and then I'm gonna go try scent tubes on South Wiesen Park and see if that does any better. You'd never do it. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I can't leave it after this. I'm not picking it up till it spawns. It's just how much more how much longer can I might as well do this because I know my kids aren't gonna come up, and I feel like weird as shit to have a BRB. So let's just add. Let's just add it. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think 100% not giving up. I'm gonna grind these things until it spawns. I'm too far into it to give up this time. I stopped at like I think it was like 2,000 males on Emerald. I'm not doing it again. Dude, if you look up my old stuff, I used to stream with cam on, and my oldest on, if you've looked through other social medias, if you can figure out, if you can find it, my oldest was a baby when she used to be on. But now, with the weirdos on the internet these days, I just don't know if I could do cam with the possibility of any of my kids coming up behind me. Like, I just don't have the room for it. Like, clearly this basement isn't finished. And I have a whole basement behind me in this other, on the off screen. Like, a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room that's unfinished. So if I stream with a cam on, I'm gonna have to build some type of room or green screen or something where they just can't like pop up behind me. It's just too much weird crap going on these days. I just don't want to have my kids exposed to something that they didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, it's not. AMD's background removal is not very good. I know Nvidia's is, but I don't use Nvidia to stream, so I don't know. And I've tried this softwares, and it's fucking terrible. It's so bad. This software's background removal is so bad. I can do this round thing, like rounding the edges, but as in background removal, don't I don't see any other options. Like that's fit. I can change the opacity. Thermal. Yeah, I don't know. There's just not. I don't know how I could do it. I could probably green screen it out, but I would need the screen behind me. Yeah, I can see camera properties and stuff and change that kind of stuff, but yeah, I've thought about that, but still it's like even if I use green screen and they walk up behind me and poke their head over my shoulder, I have cloth headphones covers. I bought custom headphone covers so that I can hear. So it's not open back headphones, but I can hear everything. So it's, unless it's a very loud game, it's still kind of hard to sneak up behind me. But still, I don't want the chance. I don't know how I would do it to fully stream. I would stream more if I didn't have that problem. But I don't want my wife to like walk up behind me and think I'm just playing and not notice that I'm streaming and then her not know, and I don't want kids. I mean, my older ones would probably beg to be on camera, but they have no clue. They have no clue what the internet is these days. Alright, guys, it's 3 a.m. Been going for 3 hours. I want to call it there. Thanks for dropping in, Tick. I'll message you whenever I wake up. I know Tick Blaze. I don't know if you follow Tick, but if you don't, you should. I mod for Tick. You should follow Tick, and then he's got a guess the animals estimate coming out tomorrow. If you like trying to guess what animals scores could be. Nice. Well, thanks again, and if I don't stream again tomorrow, then I'll probably possibly try to stream Saturday. Will just depend on like what's going on. The only reason I'm streaming now is because I know my kids are asleep. Yeah, you too, guys. Have a good one.